Hello friends, I am Sudhir and you are enjoying the YouTube channel English Carnival, a journey of learning with joy. Friends, this channel is dedicated to English language, literature, criticism, academics, motivation and many more. Friends, in our today's video, in our today's presentation, we are going to explore P.B. Shelley's popular composition or his popular sonnet called Ozymandias, which was written in 1817 and published on 11th January 1818 in the Examiner. But friends, as usual, before we proceed, I request you to subscribe the channel by just pressing the subscribe button and hitting the bell icon so that you may get the notifications of uploaded such academic videos on this particular channel called English Carnival in coming days. Friends, before we proceed, let us see some basic objectives of this today's video. Number one, we have to understand P.B. Shelley's literary contribution in brief. Number two, we have to explore, study and understand P.B. Shelley's Ozymandias. Number three, we have to understand the meanings of some words used in this particular poem or this sonnet. And number four, we have to summarize the poem conveniently with simple words and explain it easily line by line for better understanding. So friends, here P.B. Shelley's Ozymandias is no doubt one of the most popular sonnets, and it tells us that all kinds of power is time being and temporary one. It does not matter at all how much powerful or tyrannical you are. Friends, here Ozymandias is the name of an Egyptian king during 13th century BC, who is also known as Ramses II. The poem reveals the impermanence of human achievements by describing the ruins of the statue of Ozymandias. Friends, this poem talks about his foolish desire to immortalize himself by erecting different kinds of statues. But friends, here it also reflects the society of that time when there was monarchic system and the rules or the rulers were as arrogant as the king Ozymandias. Friends, this sonnet is considered as the Petrarchan sonnet, though it has different rhyme schemes. The sonnet written in an iambic pentameter, and it has AB AB, AC DC, ED EF EF rhyme scheme. Friends, as we all know, P.B. Shelley was born on 4th August 1792 and he died in 1822. He is one of the greatest romantic poets in the history of English literature, and his poetry reflects passion, beauty, imagination, love, creativity, political liberty and most important, nature. But friends, unfortunately, it is true that he could not achieve that much fame when he was alive, but he was one of the figures among the most talented and genius literary figures like Lord Byron, John Keats and so on. Friends, he got married with another prominent literary figure called Mary Shelley, the author of the renowned science fiction Frankenstein. Friends, there are some popular and memorable compositions composed by P.B. Shelley in a very short span of his life. We have Mont Blanc, then To a Skylark, then the most popular and most optimistic piece, that is the Ode to the West Wind. Then we have The Cloud, then Prometheus Unbound, then Adonis, published in 1821, then Music When Soft Voices Die, then we have The Flower That Smiles Today, then we have To the Moon, published in 1824, The Mask of Anarchy and England in 1819. So friends, all these are the beautiful compositions of P.B. Shelley, and here I request you friends not to skip this presentation and try to watch it till end. So here friends, this is all about the poem and the poet in brief. Now let us explore the poem and see what P.B. Shelley tries to convey through this beautiful sonnet or beautiful composition. Friends, at first we'll try to explore first 5 lines and then we'll deal with remaining 9 lines of this composition. So friends, in the first 5 lines of this poem, P.B. Shelley says, I met a traveller from an antique land who said two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the stand half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command. Here friends, the poem begins with an encounter or dialogues between a speaker and a traveler. In the first 5 lines of this poem, poet tries to say that he meets a traveler came from an ancient land or ancient place or ancient culture. Then the traveler describes two large stone legs of a statue which lack a torso to connect them and stand upright in the desert. Friends, there near the legs, half buried in sand, is the broken face of the statue. The facial expression of the statue are quite typical, and it has been described as a frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command. It shows that the nature of the figure or that king being described in this poem is quite different and egoistic. In these 5 lines, friends, there are some words, and we need to understand the meanings of those words. We have antique land, that means an ancient culture. We have trunkless legs of stone. This refers to the statue of the king, which has only the leg and not the torso. Shattered, then we have shattered visage, that means crumbled face or destroyed face. Then we have sneer of cold, that means the arrogant expression on the face that implies the air of royalty and command. Then friends, let us see what P.B. Shelley says in the remaining 9 lines. Tell that its sculptor well those passions rid which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the hurt that fade, and on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal wreck. Boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. Friends, with the help of these 9 lines, the poet tries to point it out that the expressions depicted in these lines show that the sculpture made the statue in such a way that the expressions depicted on the statue can easily be pointed out, can easily be recognized, can easily be read and understood, and one can easily anticipate the nature of the Ozymandias, and it might be the reason the statue of Ozymandias has been surviving till today. Furthermore, friends, the traveler or the poet says that whatever feeling and emotions the sculptor had, he had depicted the same on the statue. Friends, there were some words written at the bottom of the statue on the pedestal, and those lines are that just we have seen, but still I repeat it. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my work, a mighty and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sand stretch far away. Friends, through these lines, the king Ozymandias might be trying to say, or he says that he is the king Ozymandias, the king of king. He appeals to the other kings and asks them to look at the work and what he has done so far. But immediately he confesses that eventually everything has been demolished, everything has been collapsed, and nothing beside remains. Everything has been destroyed, and now there is no any kind of beauty of this kingdom, and now there is only one desert everywhere except the statue of mine. It means except the statue of Ozymandias, there is nothing in that desert. Friends, there are some words used in these 9 lines as well. We have passion, that means a strong feeling or emotion. We have mock, that means imitate with dirision, then we have pedestal, that means an architectural support or base. We have despair, that means abandon hope or lose heart. Then we have decay, that means destruction. Then we have stretch, one more word we can have, that means occupy, large. Then we have lone and label, it means it refers to the total isolation of that particular Ozymandias. So friends, with the help of this sonnet, P.B. Shelley tries to state that it does not matter how much powerful and sound you are, but one day you have to leave this world. There is nothing permanent in this world, and it is the law of nature, and we need to understand this law of nature. It is true that some powerful people come and perform at certain phases of their lives, but it is not permanent, and they have to leave one day. So friends, it is all about P.B. Shelley's popular sonnet, popular composition called Ozymandias. I hope friends you have liked this video, and if you have really liked this presentation, then I request you to like it, share it among your friends and near and dear ones as well. Friends, if you are a new viewer to this channel, friends, then I request you to subscribe the channel by just pressing the subscribe button and hitting the bell icon, so that you may get the notifications of uploaded such videos on this particular channel called English Carnival in coming days. So friends, very soon we'll meet again with the video based on the multiple choice questions, based on or the multiple choice questions of this popular composition called Ozymandias by P.B. Shelley. So friends, till then, just take care of yourself and be happy. Thank you very much.